Hey guys, welcome back to the last video of the games I've been playing towards the rest of the year, so from October to December. So if you've clicked on this after clicking on the first video that I made of the games I've been playing since January to October, then this one's for you. So I've played kind of a mixture of games from digital to physical. Mainly digital. I've played quite a fair bit of games since October. So all I'm going to do is just going to check each one off, like do a brief explanation of my time playing them and my thoughts, like a mini reviews and like a little game picture in the corner of what it is, and just check them off. So I've got my trusty book here, which I make little notes of whilst I'm playing the new games. Since my last video I did was, my last game I played was The Quarry, so let's just start with the first one. So like game 11, Final Fantasy IX, which I downloaded. To be honest, it was my first real time playing it. I first played it kind of on the PSP. Well, just tried it really. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't get that far into it, but yeah, I know they're doing a remaster, I'm hoping, but yeah, I like the story. It's, well, as far as I've played anyway. I've got a little Zidane figure which I got from eBay years ago, which is like really detailed. But yeah, he's kind of delicate, so it came with a little stand. These little pieces, I had to super glue the sword together because, I don't know, it's so annoying to try and fix everything all together so it sticks. But yeah, he's just one of my little Zidane figures, keeping in my cabinet. Yeah, I prefer it to Final Fantasy VIII. I didn't really care about the card game in that one. But yeah, my ex had the game. He got me the PSP. Well, it was his, but he lent it to me. And yeah, which is this really sweetest thing is that he named me after Garnet on the game. You know, when you could just choose, input your own name into it or something like that. And I just found it really sweet that he did that. But yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet thing that I played it, but I literally just wanted to try it out for myself. I really liked the active time events as well, you know, when Zidane has the little scenes in like meanwhile bits between characters. I really like that because it's a kind of expansion of what happens in the meantime of the proper story. But yeah, I put that RPG on hold because that's literally the only RPG I have in this list. So next, I was going to play Resident Evil 4 remake. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 remake, but I decided I wanted to play Albatross instead. So I got that physically when it was first released. I was just so glad I pre-ordered it because what I've learned is that if you don't pre-order something on Amazon, it becomes unavailable on the day it's released. So that's like a really big pain, which I found out with last time I saw you. I was going to get that physically. I should have pre-ordered it now, but whatever. It's so much cheaper on PSN that I bought it on there rather than having to pay £35 for the physical disc. So yeah, Albatross is the next game. It's like a survival indie game, which I put on my wish list as soon as it was announced because it's really interesting. It's like a mixture of cozy and survival, proper survival, where you play as a girl on a journey on her own, and you get that sense of being alone and meeting characters like a proper survival. You have to be careful about your petrol and your stamina and everything like that, and your hunger and thirst. That was the main reason that I wanted to get the physical disc, not only because, you know, physical discs are premium, are the way to go, but yeah, it's like backpacking indie little adventure. So yeah, I haven't completed it. I've only it's on my back burner. I have started it, but it's still on my back burner, so I'm only 2 hours in. Next is a demo that I tried first, and that is called Monospace Lovers. It's a Metroid, it's a new term that I found out, Metroidvania. It's like on a vein of Metroid, like a 3D platformer, really difficult. I was hoping the demo would follow would go onto the main game, because it took me so long to actually finish the demo, longer than required. And to be honest, I did look on YouTube on how to, complete it. I bought it anyway because I like the art style. It's a bit like a Studio Ghibli kind of animation style. And I just thought I like platformers, and I just wanted to get it because of that. So it's like a hybrid between like a visual novel, 3D platformer, a bit of coziness, if you could call it coziness, but yeah. Next is a farming sim set in Japan, and that is called Sunnyside. I first found it out on PlayStation Network and decided to get the physical disc because I looked on the trailer and it just looked like the farming sim I was looking for, mixed between modern and traditional. The big con of it is that you can't save at any time, except if you go into your tent and you save there after every day. It's the usual traditional stuff like farming and romancing characters, which what drew me in was that how many of them there are, and it is designed for PC as opposed to console. It's made by a new company. They just changed their name, and I went on to I can't remember what they're called, but I went on to one of their live streams just to hear about their new updates and stuff, and apparently they're not updating the PS5 stuff. They're more focused on the PC, and also that they work with a different company called Merge Games, which do most of the developing. And so there is a huge potential for expansion because there's only like 2 areas to go to. It's an open world, but there's a town, and there like 2 sections, a town and the main hub world. But there's for me, I'm hoping they still expand, still update the console version. So much potential there, with updates, not just with updates or bug fixes, but with expansions and DLC. And there's a lot of things to do as well. Next is Seasons After Fall, which I got digitally, which was originally for PC, but it's like a cozy 3D platformer, really unique art style, watercolor style, where you play as a fox spirit, where spirit inhabits the fox, and you play as the fox and you have to go about, doing these different puzzles and restoring the spirits back into the forest. It's a simple story really, but I enjoyed it. I'm still playing it, I haven't finished it, but again, I will do someday. So going on now to the recent games that I've played, and the one I completed is Snufkin, the Moomin Valley. I was really looking forward to playing this one. It's based on the 90s Moomin cartoons, and it's like an open world kind of. It's easy, for kids, but also some bits that can be tricky for kids as well. You play as Snufkin, the human cartoon, and so there's like a DLC which mainly cosmetics, and there's another one with courtship which I recently completed. I've almost gotten all the trophies, but I've only got 3 of them that I need to obtain, and that's for my second playthrough, because I looked on YouTube and those can only be obtained by going back. So second to last one is the game that I'm playing at the moment. So I'm playing 2 games, one of which 2 games, different genres. So that's why I'm playing them both at like the same time. So one is Seasons, A Letter to the Future, which is again unique art style where you play as a girl. At first I thought it was a boy, but you play as a girl where she goes on a little adventure to restore her old memories. So she takes pictures of the destruction of the world, and where she goes on her bike, you use the little triggers as well. It uses the controller's function very well. And the last game that I'm playing at the same time, and the last physical game I bought, is Kena, Vigil of Spirits, which is a action adventure game, very much like in the same vein as when you play as Jade at Beyond Good and Evil, and also Kaya, Dark Lineage, which is very similar. And yeah, it's I've heard the battle system is a bit like Dark Souls, apparently. But yeah, the art style is beautiful, it really is. It's one of the first games, I think, to be released on the PS5. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I've obtained the bow, and I really love to use bows in game. And yeah, it's got that Pixar-like graphics, as well as Spyro and Ratchet and Clank. So the last game that I will be playing today is going to be, I purchased a lot of games, but this one, I don't know, I just was looking for a horsey game to kind of fill in that void of wanting to ride horses, which is weird because outside my window I see horses running about. So I got Windstorm, which is like a kind of like a 7+ game for middle grade girls. But I got this one because of the graphics, and also, like, you know, to fill in that void. But I got the sequel, and I got the remastered, and I got the sequel, and I got the winter DLC, which is what I'm craving as well. And just riding around a new horse in the cozy snow Alps and stuff. And yes, I compared it to the other horse game called Horse Valley, but I didn't like the art style, and sure, there is consequences of getting from the other. One of them is you can't create a character, and you can't build on your ranch, but you know, you can't have everything, can you? But yeah, that's all the games that I've been playing, and I'm still playing. And I know that next year I'll be playing more, or at least, well, I won't be buying more unless there's something really cool coming out. Obviously, there's Rebirth Part 3, which isn't coming out for the next 2 years. So yeah, that's all the list of my games.